I very recently switched brokerages from eXp Realty to Real Broker. Now I've only been at Real for a short time, but here's my honest, unbiased take on both brokerages, the pros, the cons, and what I've noticed so far. I'm also going to do a follow-up video at my 1-year mark with Real Broker to see if I still feel the same way or if I end up leaning back toward eXp. So if you want to follow that journey and see how things evolve over time, make sure to subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss it. My name's Tristan Herring. I'm a realtor based out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I come from a blue-collar background. I was a welder for over 7 years with absolutely no sales experience before getting into real estate. Over the past 3+ years, I've worked in residential, farm, and commercial real estate, and I've even handled a bit of leasing. I've also been on real estate teams, and I've operated solo. I was mentored and trained by one of the most respected and experienced agents in our market, which gave me a really strong foundation early on. Since then, I've had the chance to build my own business, learn from both wins and mistakes, and I'm now operating solo today. So I've seen this business from every angle: teams, mentorship, and full independence. I want to make something extremely clear here. I'm not talking poorly about either brokerage, especially not eXp Realty. Both brokerages are innovative, unique, and genuinely pushing the real estate industry forward in their own way. Let's start with eXp Realty, the first cloud-based brokerage that completely changed how real estate operates. Their model is simple. You're on an 80-20 split. You keep 80% and 20% goes to the brokerage. But that 20% doesn't just go to a broker who collects a cut. It supports your upline agents through their revenue share system. Revenue share means you can earn income by attracting agents to the company. And for a lot of agents, that was a game changer because we don't have salaries. So the idea of passive income was huge. eXp also introduced a stock ownership program where you can use part of your commission to buy company stock and earn dividends. Their cap in Canada is 16,000 Canadian. Once you pay that in within your anniversary year, you keep 100% of your commissions, minus the standard per deal fees for the rest of the year. They also charge a monthly fee, a deal fee, and operate with a cap system, all designed to support their virtual tech environment and infrastructure. Then there's Real Broker. They came second, and because of that, people were quick to call them a copycat. But that's not really fair. Their structure has key differences. They have an 85-15 split, a similar revenue share program, and their own stock purchase plan where you can buy shares through your commissions, often at a discount. In Canada, the cap is 15,000 Canadian for solo agents, with no monthly fees, and a $1,200 Canadian annual brokerage and risk management fee collected from your first 3 transactions each anniversary year. After you pay that cap, you move to 100% commission minus a transaction fee, which is $375 Canadian per sale, or 15%, whichever is less. So Real's cap is 15,000 Canadian versus eXp's cap is 16,000 Canadian, and there's also a $249 Canadian sign-up fee when you join. eXp really took off during COVID when working virtually became the new normal. Their growth was explosive, their stock performed incredibly well, and they had almost no competition at the time. When it comes to my personal experience, I want to be very clear. I had an extremely positive experience with the coaching and support at eXp. My direct sponsor wasn't overly involved, but everyone above that level was phenomenal, incredibly supportive, responsive, and genuinely invested in helping me grow. I also had a great experience with revenue share. I was able to build a downline, watch it grow, and the financial side of that model was working well for me. So again, I have nothing negative to say about eXp. It's an amazing company with an outstanding opportunity structure. That said, like any business scaling rapidly, eXp faced some natural challenges around community and personal connection. Some agents felt a bit disconnected from their sponsors, especially during that rapid growth period. But that doesn't mean the support wasn't there. It just came down to who you were connected with and how engaged your group was. Here's where Real Brokers stood out to me. Their motto is simple: work hard, be kind. And honestly, that hit home for me. Instead of pushing recruiting, Real emphasizes attraction. They want people to join because of the community, the collaboration, and authenticity, not because you cold called them. I'm not a hardcore salesperson. I come from welding, not high pressure closes. My style has always been more relationship based. I'll walk into a house and point out the flaws before I tell someone to buy it. That's why Real's culture and community fit better for me personally. It just aligned with my values and how I like to do business. The truth is, both of these brokerages are massive steps forward for the real estate industry. For decades, agents paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to their brokers without ever building equity, ownership, or passive income. Cloud-based brokerages like eXp and Real changed that forever, and the fact that we're even debating which one is better shows how much progress has been made in this business. If you're trying to decide between eXp and Real, don't just compare splits and fees. Think about which model fits your personality, work style, and long-term goals. I'm not saying Real is better than eXp. Both are incredible brokerages doing amazing things for agents across the industry. I'm simply saying that Real suits me and my personality better at this particular time in my life and business. For me, right now, that's Real Broker. If you're curious about Real Broker or eXp, or just want to talk through what might be the best for you, send me a message. You can find my Linktree below, where you'll also find a link to join my free Skool group. It's a community where agents from all brokerages collaborate, share new ideas, and trade old tricks that still work today. I'd love to see you in there, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can follow along on this journey, including my 1-year follow-up video to see if my opinion changes. Catch you in the next one.